Wow, it really is bright up here. What they've said before is true. I hope I can live up to that introduction. I mean, it is always hard to follow Judge Moye. I'm going to do my best, but it is, first of all, just a complete honor, a tremendous honor, to be recognized by the Dallas Women's Bar Association. It is quite a surprise for me to get this honor because most of my work is outside of Dallas. I'm a Dallas native, as Eric mentioned. I mean, a true Dallas native, born in Parkland Hospital and a proud daughter of Oak Cliff. Thank you. And I can tell you that no matter what recognition you achieve elsewhere, there is nothing like getting recognition at home and from your people, your fellow Dallas women lawyers. I am truly humbled and grateful to this wonderful organization. Now, I know that I am at the start of a program that includes many incredible women you want to hear from, so I won't take much of your time. I just need to express gratitude to a few people and a group of people and offer a few thoughts about the past and future of women working in law firms, the world I know best. So many have done so much to help me continue and occasionally thrive in our very demanding profession, while being the mother of 3 incredible and also very demanding children. I promise you I will not attempt to list them all, but I do need to thank a few. And I'd like to start by thanking the Erics in my life. My husband, the Honorable Eric Moye, and my brother, Eric Donald Smith. I suspect many of you already know or know of Judge Eric Moye as the dedicated public servant who has served on the Dallas County District Court for the last 14 years. But you may not know my Eric Moye, the family man. Eric supports me in every way conceivable. His unwavering love for me and my children, his patience, support, and advice have been key to any professional success I have achieved in the last few years. As I tell him constantly, Veronica Lewis was doing okay, but Veronica Moye is doing so much better. I thank you so much for all you have done and continue to do for me, my dear Eric. Eric Moye reminds me a lot of my other Eric, my brother, Eric Smith, who I managed to persuade to attend this evening. He's at table 24. Let me just mention a few of the countless ways my brother Eric has supported me. He taught me how to read before I started school. He took it upon himself to protect me from all potential dates in high school. And he took me to Neiman's and brought my first 2 professional suits, the 2 suits I used for job interviews as a 2L in law school. Those 2 suits were fabulous. Most importantly, my brother Eric stepped up as the leader of our family after my father passed away when I was just 18 and he was just 19 years old. He has truly carried on our father's legacy, displaying the highest level of honor, integrity, and character. Eric Smith, I can't thank you enough. Thank you. I also need to thank what I like to think of as my You Go Girl network. I heard a woman speak about the need for a You Go Girl network many years ago and have continued to cling to that phrase. These are the women who, when you are presented with a challenging career opportunity, would never respond with, "How are you going to do that and take care of your children?" They instead say, "Yes, you go, girl. You got this. What can I do to help?" I have had the benefit of that kind of support from countless women, many of whom I am fortunate enough to have with me here tonight at tables 24 and 25. If I can offer one piece of advice to the young women here this evening, it is this: get yourself a You Go Girl network. Now, just a few words about the women lawyers working in law firms in our profession. And I'd like to start with just a few statistics. The Dallas Bar Association reports that as of 2020, 17% of the equity partners in Dallas were women. That's compared to 23% nationally. This is true, although 52.1% of the lawyers in the United States are women. 45.8% of in-house legal counsel are women. In 2021, 49% of the new Fortune 500 general counsels appointed were female. In Dallas County, the overwhelming majority of sitting judges are women, and we have 4 women judges sitting on the Northern District of Texas. Compare the progress women have made in other areas of our profession with the progress women have made in law firms. The statistics make it absolutely clear that there is a problem, and the problem is not the women, the problem is the law firms themselves. I have thought a lot about this issue recently, and I believe it is one we can only address with fundamental change to the law firm model and law firm culture. You see, women are still expected to meet and to conform to a path of professional success as a partner at a law firm that was created long before women were even allowed to participate in the profession. A path created on the presumption that the lawyers on it had pretty much 24-hour support to meet all of their needs and the needs of their family. This presumption has not been true for a long time, yet we staunchly adhere to that career path, the one based upon a flawed presumption. And perhaps worse even, we as women have celebrated on occasions our adherence to that path. We women lawyers have been in the profession for a while. Those of us who've been in the profession for a while regularly congratulate each other for making it the hard way. I have done this. I have done many toasts for women by paraphrasing the quote by Ginger Rogers saying, "Congratulations, you've done everything the male lawyers did, but backwards and in high heels." We need to stop this now. Women should not be required to do everything male lawyers do, but do so with extra burdens. It is well beyond time for law firms themselves to institute the structural change that is needed for women to be just as competitive with men while living their full lives as women. And when I say structural change, I don't mean some type of daunting transformation that requires us to hire consultants and devote expensive time. Each of us here can be a part of the change that is needed. We can decide not to schedule our office's standing business development meetings at 8 a.m. or set our client CLE sessions to start at 7:30 a.m. Because we all know school starts at 8 a.m. Why create a structure that doesn't support your women? We can actually communicate with our team members, ask them what school events, birthdays, and anniversaries are important in their lives. We can put that on a calendar and pitch in to cover for each other when the inevitable emergency arises. No one will get all their dates, but everyone will get some of their dates. And importantly, team members will know that they can have meaningful careers and full lives. We can make sure that the path to partnership is not a fixed-term stamina contest that overly rewards those who simply work the longest hours. We can instead make sure that value of contribution, collaboration, and efficiency, the things that our clients actually really want, are paramount in that decision-making process. And we can all do one simple thing. We can talk to the women in our offices and ask them, what changes in the workplace would help you? And we can check in with them periodically and ask that question repeatedly. Ladies, we've come a long way and we have achieved so much. Let's now accelerate the pace of change. Let's commit that we will no longer do everything a male lawyer does but backwards and in high heels. Let's instead insist that our workplaces make professional success just as easy for us as it is for men. Let's achieve success not going backwards, but moving straight ahead, in heels, flats, or boots, depending on how we feel that day, in skirts, dresses, or pants, again, depending on how we feel that day. The time has long passed for asking for accommodations. We now have to demand structural change. Change is long overdue. Thank you again for this tremendous honor. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.